Hello everyone and welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. I'm Binkabi and this will be a Modern Masters 2 draft. Yeah! So they decided to bring this back to Magic Online. Didn't seem to have the same punch as Modern Masters 1, which I recall was very popular, and then when they brought it back it was still pretty popular. But it's okay. I think the format is decently fun. So here I don't think it's Blinkmoth. It could be Mortopod, Sunlance or Nameless Inversion. That's basically the three options I think. Overwhelm is okay but not super good. Bloodshot Trainee is also fine if you can get it to work. And as much as I like a colorless card, I think I'm just gonna pick Nameless Inversion. It leads to good decks and starting off with a removal is always sweet. Well, basically the same goes here. I mean, lands are not first picks, they're like fourth to sixth pick, something like that. And two Nameless Inversions is better than one, I suppose. Bauble is fine. Plague Rusalka, Rune Servitor is also fine. This is a decent start. And you could always splash removal, you don't have to be in that color to play them. This is an interesting one. We got two Ulamog's Crusher, which is pretty sweet. Plaxcaster Frogling, which is a very good creature. Cathodian, which I actually think is one of the best commons. Dragonstall Knight fine, Dreadrone fine, Narcolepsy pretty good. It's worse than you would imagine, but it's better than not. But I think since we've already started with two removals, I'm looking at Cathodian because Cathodian is really sweet. Narcolepsy is probably the better card though. I'm just gonna take Cathodian and stay open for one more pick here. See where we end up. Here we have a Scuttling Death, and that's pretty good. We could have taken Dimir Aqueduct had we taken the Narcolepsy. Bauble still good. Addersnipe still one of my favorites, but Scuttling Death seems like the actual pick here. Combos extremely well with Nameless Inversion and gives us an unbeatable late game, more or less. Haven't actually been in this archetype before, so it would be fun to make that happen. Here we have an Air Servant though. And the Air Servant is pretty hard to beat for many decks. Another Bauble, Vapor Stank fine. Resembling Skeleton would be cool with Mortopod, but we didn't take that. The thing is that if you want to go down this route, you should probably be white and have the soul shifting theme. Maybe that's better than an individual powerful card. I don't really like blue-black that much. Yeah, sure, we'll take the Moonlit Strider. We haven't really seen that much of a white signal, but that's okay. If we pick up like a Sunlance and one or two good white cards on top of that, it will be fine. It's hard to grind out this value machine. You like kill something, then you trade, get back this, kill something, trade with this, get up this, you know, just make the chain longer and longer. Maybe we should have started out with a Mortopod, but I'm not sure. Mortopod is really good, but so is Nameless Inversion. And here we get a Dagger Claw Imp or another Moonlit Strider. I do think we can pass on this one, because Dagger Claw Imp is pretty excellent. Yeah, I think that's fine. A 3-power flyer for 3 mana that we can back up with a lot of removal spells is pretty nice. It can finish a game very fast. And we're not really looking for more creatures to block with. We already have good blockers and removal to take care of the early game. So what do we want here? More spirits, basically. We already have 2 non-spirits, and that's kinda lame, but both of them are really good. Cathodian just blocks everything and gets in for a ton of damage. So let's see what we get here. It seems like a little slowpoke village is forming here. The Yacerator, yeah. Maybe you should be more of a pickinator. You don't have to pick fast, that's not it, and some of it could be dependent on modo, but Shrewd Hatchling is pretty good. Another land. What did you do? No. So for us it's Bone Splitters or Grim Affliction. Will we have any combos with Grim Affliction? Or do we actually want Bone Splitters? I don't think it's a horrible one, but I think Grim Affliction is better for now. Bone Splitters is a fine card. Let's see, we got a Vampire, an Elemental Warrior. Maybe we're not supposed to be white. I'm looking at the Vapor Snag. The thing is like Sickle Ripper, I've been so unimpressed with. It's supposed to be an early blocker slash speeder, but it just never fills that role, and then you draw it later and you're just very sad. But do I want the Vapor Snag though? I'm actually gonna take Walking Nightmare just for the sideboard. So Overwhelm Wheel, Helium Squirter is pretty nice, good with Grim Affliction. I'm gonna take that, there is nothing else for me here anyway. And maybe backdoor into blue, we will see. Here we got another Strider or a Runed Servitor, or I guess Stoic Rebuttal, but it's kinda where we want to go. Could take this as a colorless card, but I think I'd rather pick the Strider. If we end up white, this is better. If we end up blue, I'm not gonna miss the Servitor that much. But Helium Squirter is actually pretty fine. I mean, he comes down, he flies, you can spread the counters, then proliferate, and be quite happy with that. No money, unfortunately. I would like to open another Tarmogoyf or something to get some tickets. So one Crusher Wield, but I'm pretty sure this is a Dreadrone pick. Dreadrone is just good overall. Even if you don't need a Eldrazi spawns to give you mana, it's pretty nice to have a couple of chump blockers, and more often than not you find that a couple of extra mana allows you to do 2 things. And that's usually better. Death Knight is a decent cyborg card, but I'm gonna pick Ether Snipe and see kinda where we go with this. Black seems pretty open, I mean late Grim Affliction, late Dreadrone. And wheeling Ether Snipe means something. So we will see. We don't have that much of a combo with the Nameless Inversions just yet. See, there we got the Rune Servitor anyway. But I mean, if we open like a busted white card, we could easily abandon blue. And the contrary also stays strong. I mean, if we open a good blue card, we can go blue instead. So what have we missed out? It's like a Narcolepsy that we could have had over... Did we take Cathodian over that? I think so. Would I rather have Cathodian or Narcolepsy if we ended up blue-black? Probably still Cathodian is super good. Mechanist is fine. I mean, you need like 5 artifacts on top of him to make it decent, but it's fine. So white seems pretty dry. Edge Champion, but we got a Dismember, which I'm probably gonna pick. Nameless Inversion is still good, but I think Dismember is just the card to pick. and I don't think its champion is worth anything. Dimir Aqueduct, probably not. Everflowing Chalice is fine. Sunlance would be a consideration too, but I just think Dismember will be the pick. Yeah, 1 mana removal spell is hard to argue with. And we can also pay mana for it, which is good. I mean, just be able to like play a Dread Drone and use the tokens to play Dismember is pretty sweet. Daybreak Coronet. Not the easiest one to play. I think it's Goblin Warpaint and that's it. Do we pick Bone Splitters? We do have one combo with it so far. Could take another Scuttling Death. Yeah, I'll probably do that. Ship Expedition Map, Alloy Mirror is fine. Another Crusher. Yeah, it picks Scuttling Death. Arcane spells and Spirit you control get +1/+1. Yeah, Thief of Hope though. I think that's what we gotta pick here, right? It's hard to imagine that anyone else would want this, so I'm gonna pick Thief of Hope. Thief of Hope is fine. Another one? Jeez. This time we might take it. We have a Changeling. Blinding Soul Eater is pretty good. Maybe we just take that. Yeah. This should wheel, that's the thing. I'm just gonna take the Soul Eater. See where we end up. But if we get 2 Spirit Anthems, that's actually something. How many actual spirits do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we cut to blue. Thief of Hope is pretty strong though. I mean, even if we can't trigger it that much, it still adds up pretty quickly and it gets back a Nameless Inversion. Probably Nameless Inversion, that's probably the card we want more than anything else. Thrumming Bird is cool. Tesseract's Gambit I would not be unhappy with. Instant Infection is fine, but another Thief of Hope is really, really good. That's probably enough for me to cut out the blue. I mean, even if white doesn't support us with that many quality cards, just being able to play more spirits will be good at this point. So let's see, we got Spread the Sickness, which is probably the pick. Another spirit though, which we could take. It's 10 cards, it would be 9 after I pick, so we get back 2 cards. It's unlikely that it is Kami for Ancient Law, but it could be. I mean, Sky Hunter is better, so maybe someone picks that up instead. Spread the Sickness is for us though. Now we got 1, 2, 3 things that can kill small creatures, 1 that can kill medium to large, and 1 that can kill anything. 2 proliferate spells without any combo so far though. Something to keep an eye out for. I mean, Everflowing Chalice is probably not what we want. But I could see playing like a Sphere of the Suns maybe if we pick up more proliferate. Maybe. Depends on the rest of our cards. So far it's looking pretty good. Yeah, some aggressive creatures together with the Grindy Spirit engine seems pretty sweet to me. A third Moonlit Strider or Waxmane Baku. I think I'm gonna pick that up. It's actually really strong. It's better than a Changeling, I think. Yeah. This gets out of hand so fast if you have enough spirits. The thing is that you don't pay 1 per X, you just pay 1 and then decide, so you can like use it as a sleep or something. That's pretty good. Don't think we want Bat. A lot of good red cards here. Guess we take Instill Infection. Not really the card I want to play in the main, rather bring it in from the sideboard if I see a couple of 1 toughness. Things like multiple Dagger Claw Imps, for example. That would make me bring it in, or several Dread Drones could be okay against. It's also, it could be a very expensive combat trick as well, so it has multiple purposes. And I suppose drawing cards is not the worst. Now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spirits, 8, 9 I suppose. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, do we want a Bauble, a Death Denied for the sideboard? Most likely. We're probably not needing that. Could take Everflowing Chalice. Maybe we'll pick up a Profane Command or something. I don't think we will be splashing. We could also take Evolving Wilds just to fix the mana we have here. Don't think we will be playing this. Yeah, alright. Let's take an Evolving Wilds. Like that better than the Bauble in this deck. The ramp aspect is not super important, and just having a good way to fix mana is okay. Overall, we're looking good on the colored mana department. It's just single color all around, which makes it quite easy to cast spells. We also have 3 colorless cards, 2 which are actually pretty strong. Rune Servitor, less so, but it's fine. So this comes around. That's sad. I think Restless Apparition is exactly what we want. I mean, we can cast it without a problem, and it's a spirit. Yeah, wouldn't mind taking 2 tickets, but I've actually never cast this in Modern Masters, so let's try it out. So we got 1 Goyf back. Not sure if we will play them, but alright, Changeling. Getting kinda crowded on 3. Let's see, let's move cards to the right that we're not 100% sure that we will play. Sure. I'd rather have more Instill Infections. So they took the Kami but left the Skirmisher. Yeah, that stinks. I wouldn't mind a Kami or 2. I mean, we do need something on 2. Other than that, I like all the 3-drops, but I mean, Cathodian, Daggerclaw Imp could go. Oh, a Battle Grace Angel. Hard to argue with that. Lightning Bolt, pretty sweet. Mortarpod, I would play. Sunlance, I would definitely play. I think if Battle Grace wasn't here, I would probably take Sunlance. Yeah, definitely. But it's hard to argue with an on-color bomb. Bestial Menace. That's good. So we got another Scuttling Death, another Cathodian, but we're not sure if we will play the first one even. Probably, but or Glinthawk Idol, which is fairly strong. I just think I want another spirit actually. Agony Warp would have been sweet, but we're not there. I think we just taken out of Vaxmain Baku. I mean, we don't want more 3-drops, but I'm not seeing anything else that sparks my interest. Time to start dropping things. Dreadrun is probably out at this point. Not because it's bad, but because we're getting crowded on 5s as well. So we got 1 but not the other. That's interesting. How many spirits do we need to play this? That's the problem. Culling dice. Nah. Probably not. Are we gonna play a Bone Splitters? You don't really have a specific combo with it other than just picking up more cards, but I think that's fine. Now I think we're probably cutting in Still Infection. Yeah, probably. We still need 2s and maybe 4s. That's why Rune Servitor is pretty high on the list of not getting cut. Then we will see where we end up, how many non-spirits we're playing and so forth. Those last packs have been really bad. I mean, they're basically empty for everyone. There's nothing good here. Repeal is okay. Boros Garrison is fine. We can't really play this. I don't really want to play Mighty Leap. Just gonna pick another Rune Servitor because I'd rather have 2 drops than anything else. Here we at least get 2 decent options, Sunlance and Raise the Alarm. Raise the Alarm goes well with Bone Splitters. That's basically it. And Sunlance is just good overall. I think that's fine. Another Baku or an Apostle's Blessing, possibly Mutagenic Growth or Conclave Phalang or Gutchat, I suppose. I just think I want more spirits. And here we have nothing. It's disappointing. Guess we take more 2-drops, but for the sideboard. Do we want an Otherworldly Journey? Probably. Let's see. How many spirits are we rocking now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If there is a deck for this, it's more or less this one. I just think we need to rock both Rune Servitors though, so we will see at deck construction. Here we can take a Grasp for the sideboard. Yeah, more sideboard cards against slow decks. Not that we will have a problem with that. Maybe Bone Splitters is not for us. Kitesail could be. I think I'd rather have access to that. And take Mana Fix away from someone. This one is annoying. Okay. Maybe we won't play Bone Splitters because we don't have that many good things to combo it with. It's also pretty nice to play Battle Grace Angel with the Moonlit Strider in play. Yeah, this turned out okay. Not the sickest deck I've ever seen, and we didn't open anything fun, but at least it's not a 5-color domain deck, because I'm pretty sick of that. As is the rest of the world, more or less. Do we have a 1-drop creature? I'm not sure why it keeps doing that, but alright. Grim Affliction. I do have a lot of creatures. So this is 23. But we have a few that wants to get in. Dreadrone, Cathodian, Darryclaw Imp. Potentially the Anthem and the Kitesail. So how many spirits do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think it would be horrible to play this. How many arcane spells do I have? Not that many, okay. I don't think I want Bone Splitters in this deck. We're already decent on the removal department. Bone Spears is okay, but I'd rather have another solid creature, I think. Especially since we have secret removals here, we have Comet Tricks here, and we get to return those. So which creature do I want? It's gonna be a 3-drop, probably. Or I just rock Kite Sail. Fly over with my Rune Servitors. If the ground gets gummed up, we will have problem getting through. I guess with 2 Thief of Hope it doesn't really matter. Maybe I want Dagclaw Imp. Or I just play this. You know what, I'm going to try that. That seems sweet. I usually don't play stuff like that, but I can't help myself this time around. 8/8 and an Evolving Wilds. Alright, let's jump over to match 1, shall we?
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat.